All right. Well, I'm going to try to go live. I had a weird glitch, but I think we're up and running.
I wonder if Mad Guy Minion's ever coming.
Do you think he'll ever return? Do you think he'd rejoin us and be like, you know, guys, it's all right. I changed my mind. I don't mind if you've got 150 hit points and you hit like a truck. That's totally fair, and every encounter is totally balanced.
I,
And
I don't think he's gonna go that far.
do you think his OCD will allow it? Do you think his desire to be the very best, the best that ever was, will be overcome long enough for him to rejoin us and become finally a team player like he never was before? Do you think that's a possibility?
You got me there, man. You got me there.
I don't.
He's not gonna catch him.
I wanna be the very best. You know what it was. Do, do, do.
I think we can put this shops tablet off to the side for now. It's not even on the right page. What's up with that?
My GPU is only at 56%.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I'm just confused. So the game is limited.
Most likely.
Like I'm only sitting at 70 frames a second right now.
Only.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good. If you want more than 60 FPS, that's kind of crazy.
Well, I have a 144 hertz monitor. I want 144 frames. I get 140.
Well, good luck with that. I'm sure you'll figure it out. It's something to bake your noodle for a while in the background. Where, oh, where is Skywill? Is he going to join us?
Maybe in half an hour.
No, you think so? No
He said
message?
usually around this time is like the earliest he can get here, so maybe later.
Oh. Maybe I'm just expecting his very best. Well, hey, with the players that we do have, we can do stuff. We can play. We can run the game. So, you guys have a Temple of Fire, and it's got 2 pilgrims. Now, Chris, you wanted these pilgrims to do a downtime to go look for magic items, right? Chris?
Sorry about that. What?
You wanted these guys to go look for magic items, right?
What? The people in the city? The pilgrims?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you were asking before if they could find a way to like open the gate to the fire plane or something.
I wanted them to pray to see if they can view the plane of flames.
All right.
But the items that I'd like to be able to maybe get is something that give pluses to religion.
Nah, religious items.
Yeah. Maybe they can find locations for some sacred religious items.
Okay. All right. So they
A water temple.
No.
so you gave them that instruction long ago before you went on your adventure, and so they would have had time. I don't know. How long have you been away? Like weeks? 2 weeks?
Since we to go to Uruk,
Oh god, it's been a while.
that
It's
was
been a while.
a month,
Like a month.
like
pretty much.
4 to 5 weeks, I think.
5 weeks. That's a decent amount of time. All right. So I'm gonna do some back rolls for how they did. Hang on. Gotta get the right file open. Fire Temple.
I got Captain Hook as one of my pilgrim.
Okay. Ooh, I got a 20 in there. That's a good roll. All right, so for weeks, they go adventuring. They go on an expedition to all the local merchant houses. They visit every contact they can think of. For 5 weeks, the two of them give their best effort seeing if they can track down magic items that are for sale.
There's 3 of them, I think.
No, there's just Pilgrim Licketh and Pilgrim Talchicoodle.
Okay.
This is a figurine that you made that I haven't used yet.
Oh.
Alright, they're both first level. Standard array. I think it's a charisma check. Being religious man, I'll give him a +1. Alright. Alright, so all these with a +1, and then we have to confer with the list, which is in Xanathar's Guide and the downtime activities for the searching for magic items.
Is this the thing on the corner? Is this a copy of it?
What corner? What are you talking about?
The table of off time. That's more for our characters, I guess. Or?
Yeah, that's downtime activities. It's from the book, from Xanathar's Guide. I'm looking at the same information. Alright, I see magic item crafting. Where's it at? Carousing. Buying a magic item is the first one. Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so, and then I have to compare that with all of these rolls that we just got. So, in the first week, they found 4 items. Let's see, and the other guy,
That's how that works. You can pay some additional 100 gold for charisma boost. That helps determine the rarity of the item.
the other guy found 1 item from table E. All right. There's several weeks of them searching. So, the second week, they had a really solid roll. And then a 14. They found 4 items, that one. And it's 4 items of table C.
Table C, you say?
I'll open my character sheet. Maybe that'll. How was everybody's day?
I'm tired.
Are you?
Ooh,
I did about 6 hours of driving today.
Ouch.
Oh, wow.
Big country.
I had 6 hours of sleep for like 3
Mm.
Working long shifts or partying too much?
No, just playing way too many games and not managing my time properly.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I've been doing the same. Little sleep, too much gaming.
I'm sad. One of my like favorite coworkers is quitting tomorrow.
Oh no.
They're like one of the few people who speak good English.
That's not good.
I'm like, oh no, how am I gonna work? Like the other people are like old, like 50, 60-year-old people who should be like retired already, like 60. Some are even older that came out of retirement to come back to work. I'm like, why? I was trying to teach an old guy how to use computers. It's not going very well.
No, God. Yeah, that's always fun.
Good luck with that.
I did some technical support, in a call center for, actually I worked for Intuit, like during the tax season. And that's always a while ago, and CDs were still a thing. And very often I had to explain to very old people how to put a CD-ROM in their computer. I had to explain them that the shiny part went to at the bottom. And do all the install with them on phone. Yeah. I don't know. You just had to. I learned how to teach people how to do stupid stuff. Isn't that bad?
Okay, so final totals on the magic item search. They got 4 items from table A, 6 items from table B, 5 items from table C, and 7 items from table D. As you can imagine, the quality is better when you get closer to A.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm just going to do a percentile on each one of those to see if there's a religious item. Religious items, they're not common. So you're looking for religious artifacts, specifically to fire, which narrows it down even more. So let's see what the percentages are here. Let's see, 44. 12. 85.
What if you bring them also like water, like artifacts? You're like, here, burn it, kill it. We offer it for destruction.
I'm looking in Sanatar, trying to do.
All right, so it looks like the highest chance of a religious magic item is in the C tier. So we'll say one of the C tier is a religious artifact.
I see. What kind of items do you get in an A tier?
All right, so let's see, how much would that cost? Probably 2,000 ceramic pieces. That'd just be my guess. All right, so now I just need to quickly figure out what it is. So for that, I'm going to jump over to Don John. Don John's got some great resources for this.
So in the A tier, you rolled what, like a 40 something?
Well, all right. So I have a lot of custom items for Dark Sun, so I'm not going off the official tables. I'm just using the letters as a reference for how powerful the item is.
Okay, no, I was just trying to figure out like what's comparable when you roll it. What kind of stuff you find. But now it's like very specific to like religious stuff, so like even these things here I'm looking at.
Okay, so D is like common, C is uncommon, B is rare, A is very rare.
Okay.
All right. Now to roll a d10 and find out what it is that you have found. Dun dun dun.
The Excalibur.
Oh, interesting. The puzzle box. The Hellraiser demons are going to come out of it.
Well, maybe it'll be a Nifrity, and then I'll have a nice conversation with him.
Let's see. I'll give it a necklace, make it an amulet. Let's see. Where's my note cards? So when you return to town, after all that calculation, when you've returned to town, one of the pilgrims, Licketh, the low-level fire cleric, he's going to approach and say, "Ah, you finally returned! Lord of the Flame, carrier of the sacred lantern. Return to the eternal flame, have you? Look at what I've found." And he's going to show you a scroll with a picture drawn of an item, and he'll describe everything he's been told about what the item does.
Good work. What
For
is that on the card?
sale. Yep, I just put it on this note card here. So if you'd like to buy this, he found a seller who is willing to part with this item.
Artifact +1 hit to DC of divine spells or fire spells.
It is said that a fire elemental was contained within it, that he had made deals and bargains with a highly skilled cleric of fire, and the cleric of fire had bound him into this in this artifact so that he could be carried with him at all times. It confers upon the caster enhanced spell casting abilities of the divine sort to those who cast fire spells. And
Know what kind of an elemental? How strong this elemental might be?
oh, no clue. But if you look close, you hold your eye up to the crystal, you can look inside and see his fire burning deep inside the crystal. Or so it is said. They have this item for sale.
No, that's quite interesting. And who's the vendor?
The vendor is the cousin of my sister's nephew's niece's uncle. And he knows an elven merchant who is traveling in the back alleys who happened to have some interesting trinkets for sale.
Oh, Bertha. Okay. I remember her. Well, you should take me to that person. I would really like to see him in person.
All right. Yeah, it can be arranged. So you're here in town. You've got a little bit of time. You head to the Elven Market. All right. In the Elven Market, your priest friend brings you to a cloaked figure, dressed all in black, head to toe. He wears a mask so you can't see his face. His eyes dart around from under the mask. Each eye is a different color. His voice is low and hushed, and he speaks only in a whisper, and occasionally he'll open his cloak and offer something to somebody, and they exchange money and item in great secrecy, and then the two separate and move to different locations. All right, so your pilgrim friend, he's going to bring you over and introduce you to this man, and he says, he is one of the Shadow. They can get things that can't be normally purchased on the regular market.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Right?
Dark Market.
The black market, yes.
No, sir. I was told that you might have special artifact.
All right. He opens up his cloak, and he's got many artifacts, and he says, "Which one were you interested in?"
Oh, the one with the elemental hidden on the inside.
All right. He plucks a amulet of a small box crafted from a quartz geode from his cloak. He closes his cloak up, and he holds it up, and you can see a tiny light glowing in the geode. And he says, "Only a certain kind of person can actually take advantage of this. Are you sure you wish to purchase this artifact?"
I'm sure I would be able to most likely handle this. You haven't heard of me?
Oh, I have. If you are truly a man of fire and flame, then perhaps you too can use this. It was said to have belonged to a man of the flame who had died. Some years back, the Templars had killed him, and the Templar had a gambling problem, and he sold it off into the black market in order to cover his gambling debts. But the dead fire cleric wasn't using it anymore, and now it will be yours for the low price of, 2,000 ceramic pieces. That would be 20 gold. So he'll ask for 20 gold pieces.
That's quite the amount. Do you mind if I incant one of my powers?
Don't try anything fishy. I've got allies in the shadows.
Nothing fishy. I just want to cast a detect magic.
Come to think of it, that's terrible phrasing because there's no fish in Dark Sun.
Yeah.
Don't try anything silty. You'll get sand in my vagina.
I'll cast a detect magic and see if the aura of the item.
It is blue and magical and shiny and seems to have the holy power of fire emanating from it in little heat waves.
20 gold, huh? What's the rarity of that item?
Probably rare. It's actually listed as uncommon, but you don't find... Just in the setting, you don't find these items every day, so you could possibly bump it up into a higher category of rarity just based on being a religious item.
And who do you believe in?
You talking to the shopkeeper?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in money.
Mm-hmm.
The hard diamond in my hand. The ceramic coins clinking in my belt pouch.
How often do you see these type of items going around in the city?
Almost never. I only acquired this after 5 consecutive weeks of your friend Licketh asking me, "Did you find it yet?" And me saying no. "Did you find it yet?" And me saying still no. "Did you find it yet?" And me saying, "God, man, you're bothering me." Week after week, eventually I did find it. I have contacts.
Well, I will pay the large amount that you're asking for.
That's going to hurt your bank account. How much money you got left after that?
7 gold.
Oh, it's most of your money, huh? It's worth it. It's very worth it.
Oh yeah, it's not something I'm gonna be able to find. It's very specific.
Keep in mind it will not affect damage. It will affect the to hit and the DC of spells that have a saving throw.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's really good.
But it doesn't add anything to damage.
That's okay. We'll work on that. Oh yeah, I removed the money out of my bank account.
Alright, so we started with his magic item hunt. They found other magic items, but you're kind of poor at this point. But you can refer your contacts here to your other players, and maybe if they're looking for a magic item, if they have some money to spend.
I want to ask him. I I do have other adventurers friends that might be interested in looking to some special items that you might have. We haven't seen you and met you yet. And do you have any other good items? Anything special? Something maybe a druid or a barbarian or even an assassin would be interested in?
Yeah, let me take a look here. So let's see. In the D category, there were 7 items. In the C category, we got 4 more.
And you don't mind that I refer you to some trusted individual?
He's neutral as long as there's money in it. If you try to backstab him, though, he's got powerful friends. The Shadow is no joke. They're the penultimate crime syndicate, the Thieves Guild, essentially. All right, and then we got 6 B tier items. Those are going to be expensive as fuck. B tier.
I already spent a bunch of money on the horse. Got like 6 gold.
You're out of money. Everybody's broke. And did you already stock up on supplies to go back out into the desert for several more days?
Yeah, I paid for that last time. I was like, well, we all paid like our own share, I guess. I have the food, we have the water, we have
Got
what,
the
2 carts
extra
now?
cart. Yeah.
2 carts with 4 dudes,
4 tanks.
four tanks. We're good for an entire week now.
Okay. Boy, the low-level items are really trash in here. Maybe I should generate some of my own items.
Yeah, it's a lot of potions like greater healing and giant strength, stuff like that, like potions that I've seen, like even the A category. Infernal puzzle box. What don't I have? Is that the item I got?
Yeah, it's the Hellraiser puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
I went live and I didn't send out all of my social media posting. Close some of these tabs out. That'll free up space.
Oh, and they're like items. Safeguard diabolical contract signed between devils and mortals.
All right, well, I have to make some edits to this. So there's no potions. Echo. So I'm going to change the potion into a fruit. I turn that into a gourd. Delicious gourd.
If you can't figure out, like, if you're not able to succeed your roll, which is a DC 30 intelligence, you take 12 d6 psychic damage if you fail the wisdom save of 18.
Well, that's kind of brutal.
Yeah. Kind of a cool item, though. I like that.
All right, this one's not a potion. It is an orange. Delicious orange. Scrolls don't exist, so each one of these is going to be a psionic tattoo instead.
I always imagine that if they were potions, that it's really just a blended up fruit in a bottle.
It's a smoothie, man.
It's just a smoothie.
Yeah.
Just fruit juice.
Yep.
We're going to the smoothie shop.
Yep.
Get some magic.
Cactus fruits and lemons and
My buddy's juicing hard.
there's gemstone. Okay.
All right. So I've generated the list of items. I'm just kind of going through it and making a few little changes here and there. Little edits, and then I'll give you a big list of items. If you want to like RP at each other a little bit while we're doing the wait. You guys have just arrived back in tier. Like what are you guys doing here in town? It's a role-playing game. Role play.
I will show Taurus Maximus our old slave pens. Show him where we came from.
Oh yeah.
Mostly where I came from since I was born there.
Right. The old slave pens. Your old haunting grounds. You can hear the screams of the mole mothers dying in childbirth. What a lovely place.
It was right there in this corner, right here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
They were in that southeastern corner right there. That was where the slave
I'm trying to remember how
human mothers were born, giving birth to moles.
my character would feel about slavery. I mean, it's kind of commonplace in Dark Sun.
Very, very common.
Those slaves.
Consider that like most of the city states are ruled by very, very evil wizards.
Rotten tree. In the
Okay.
opposite end over there in the northwestern corner, we had the gladiatory tents full of glory.
Ninja.
All of the gladiators that you met in the stadium used to be there.
Yeah.
When you when
you
you
coulda
said something about the slavery, when you said something about the slavery, my character would have said, "I know a slave. I'll never be slave."
Not
Yes.
never.
Not in here. We are now a free city.
So I was from Altaruk.
Altaruk. On the Silt Sea, right on the coast.
Now, they're still ruled by a wizard king, right?
Yeah, let me look that up real quick. Altaruk is ruled by I've got a list.
I thought it was a smaller city. I didn't when we went to that town.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Ooh. Time to be a silly.
Okay. Used as a trading stop between Balak, Tyr, the northern city-states, and the eastern tablelands, controlled by Balakan merchant house Wavir.
Oh wait, it's controlled by a merchant house.
Yeah, controlled by merchant house.
Which one? I'm gonna name that.
Wavir, W-A-V-I-R.
W-A-V-I-R.
Also Rees, R-E-E-S, and Tomblador, T-O-M-B-L-A-D-O-R.
Wait a minute, those are the other merchant clans in there?
So it's usually a consortium of merchant houses. You never find one in absolute control. There's always a few main ones and a lot of little straggler ones. So Altaruk just happens to be controlled mainly by three merchant houses: Wavir, Rees, and Tomblador. And then there's a governor. It's governed by Aristiphistanales. Aristiphistanales. God, his name is fucking hard to say.
Wavir. Go ahead again.
Yeah, I could just copy the text, drop it,
Fair. You're
drop
right.
it in the Dark Sun. If you're just adding it to your notes, just add that copy paste.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
I tell Long. Where are we at? Right here. Okay. I tell him, "I'll never be slave. I'll never do, not once, not never." I sold you. That's safe too.
You're gonna
Too
save
freaked
our
out to
city
me.
too? Will
I
you
already
stay
saved
with
it.
us and protect this city from the Urakites that are coming?
I saved here a long time ago. My fight over.
Okay. Well, if you ever feel like fighting more, we can provide that.
Oh, I like fighting. I just gonna fight with you.
Okay.
They, they try to tell me stuff to do. Like slave. I ain't no slave.
So, Aristeph,
You're having a hard time too, huh?
Arisfistaneles. Arisfistaneles is a evil wizard king.
He's just a governor. Nah, it's just a place run by merchants, and he's the governor of it.
So, while I find Merchant House is a contemptible lot, I appreciated the fact that we seem to have more freedom than a citizen of even Tyr. You talked so glowingly of Tyr as a safe haven, a place of refuge. I even heard, but this seems no refuge for so many. This seems a place of punishment and pain.
True. It is. People are still adjusting to the lifestyle without a sorcerer king. Some people have not thought about working for their own desires, so some of them kind of just sit around and they suffer from the laziness from without the production.
Wait. So, let's hold on. Sidebar. This is the one where you killed the warrior, the wizard king.
We have.
You have. Okay. So. Okay. I need to change what I'm gonna say next. Okay. Continue. Sorry. Let me think about that more.
All right. Well, should I put this on a note card? That is the question. Maybe I could split it up into sections.
I had some money coming up, right? From what we did. Did I have some money? Not that I plan to use it right now.
Well, I think people would have to sell some of the loot that they've collected during the adventure, and then after selling the loot, you could get a share of that probably.
Right. Okay.
So,
Well, I'll just be sending my share. I'll be saving my share up to match up with family.
We haven't like completed the quest. We still have to go for a little bit. And when we come back, yeah, I'm not sure whether there might be a reward or.
I don't have anything to sell on me.
We'll have to take a look at the list of stuff. Like I think
Yeah,
we
this
still
would be
have
a
weapons and-
prime time for that kind of thing to happen.
Oh, Ninja, I still don't understand this, the earrings that we got last week, that it once, so I attuned with the item after we took a long rest. It protects me from divination, psionic magic and abilities once per day as an action.
Yeah.
Does that mean, like, if I can tell that they're doing it and then I use it and it'll cloak myself, or do I have to use it and then it's just like the whole day, it's like I am hidden from them?
yeah, it's a 24-hour effect.
Okay.
You just have to activate it once per day, just as long as you're attuned to it. All right, so I made the mega list here of magic items. There's not prices on everything.
Fireball, charm
Oh.
person.
It's 4 pages deep. These are the common items here.
Herb of Time. Great Sword adds +4 damage on critical hits.
I wonder if they've updated.
Last time we did sell a bunch of stuff, and we ended up getting something like 540 gold. Not gold, but CP a piece.
Per person.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Can't remember if we added it or not.
Is it 500 CP?
540.
Yep.
I spent it all.
And that goes into the copper, right?
Yeah. You look at it as copper. Yeah.
Well, I spent most of it. Long helped me out.
That's a new magic item. It's not even on the price guide. Orb of Time, wondrous item. While holding this orb, you can use an action to determine whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime outside. This property functions only on the material plane. It's a watch.
It's always tempered.
You know, I can get my money changed over into gold, right? Because that's a lot more weight.
Yep.
140 copper.
The city, yeah.
Here in the city, there are money changers, but they'll charge you a fee.
Okay, what is it, like a 5%, 10%, 20%?
Yeah, I think in tier it's probably 5% right now, but I'm unsure. We'll say 5%.
It tells you the time. You don't change the time. Okay.
It's not even specific. It's just like, oh, it's nighttime. It's morning.
You can figure out just by looking at the sky. Flint greatsword.
I'm gonna have to do that. I don't want to be at medium load, so I'm gonna do that.
Wow. Had +4 damage on critical hit. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That keeps me under.
And it lets you talk to fire drakes. Oh boy.
For real? Cool.
Traxxas would have loved that item.
Mm-hmm.
Back when he was trying to tame a fire drake baby.
No, I want to enslave it to protect our the shrine. Could live in the eternal flame. Feel pretty comfortable in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a note of this and then I'll bring it up to the team's attention. That I found another vendor. Oh, there's more than one page. Okay.
There's 4 pages.
Oh,
That was the common items. These are the uncommon ones.
Bracers of archery. That's good.
Only Branso is still here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Touched weapon does not function against paladins.
Are there paladins in this one?
Templar paladins, yeah.
Oh yeah. Potion fire breathing. Boot of what is this? Striding.
That looks pretty interesting. The boots of striding and springing. That
Yeah.
looks pretty interesting.
What does that do?
You think your character would want those?
I would have to resist the urge because I need to bring money back to my family.
Gotcha.
What does that do?
It lets you jump quite a bit farther than a normal human.
Oh.
You gotta bring money back to your family.
His family in Altaruk.
Yeah, I have some debts to repay. I'll just put it that way.
Oh no.
Not like that. I assure you, not like that.
No. Just thinking about it, your character's gonna be handicapped the whole time.
Acid damage in this world is kind of nasty.
Is it really?
Well, I don't know. Like nobody's wearing real armor or anything like that.
All right.
Physical damage. Okay, next page.
Taurus, you are approached by an old man. The old man looks you up and down and says, "You are a mighty man of tremendous stature."
Oh, thank you. What you want?
I see in my mind's eye a future vision of you in which you're wielding a different weapon. The weapon you wield is not the weapon of your heart. The weapon of your heart is a much more blunt instrument.
I like weapons. Tell me more.
It's your destiny to have a very specific kind of weapon, and to do good deeds with such a weapon. I foresee it in my mind's eye.
You see
I
that?
always do good stuff. I'm good, man. I'm good towards now.
I think you'd like this leather armor a lot.
So Orosto tells you that if you follow the righteous path, that he will help you to achieve this grand vision, the crafting of your true and mighty weapon that is born of your heart, that will match you.
Oh, I like weapons. You know, I do good already. I met this guy. I pull you over with my arm. I met this guy. I help his friends. No charge. I just help them. They help me too, but I help them a lot.
All right. He'll tell you he'll begin crafting of the item, but it'll take time and it will take money, and he needs to know that you're doing good deeds so that you are worthy of the item when it is crafted. And he tells you that he is Orosto the Old, and that he helps the orphans and the refugee children and the impoverished and the downtrodden. And so if you could offer any amount of money when you pass through Tyr, it would aid him in the crafting of this item and speed him along on the process.
Oh, I got some money right now. How much you need?
I think I DM'd it to you. It was somewhere in the ballpark of 5,000.
I don't got that kind of money.
But, all of this is in the form of charity, right? So you can give him whatever you want and build up to that amount.
Yeah. I wouldn't be broke right now. I gotta have enough for water and stuff. We about to go out in the desert, and I come back and I give you more money. I think. You seem like a nice guy. Can I insight check him?
Sure.
Let's see what I know. Just 'cause.
What's your insight?
Ooh, the Helm of Brilliance is kind of cool.
It's not good. -2.
Oh no.
That's nice. That is
5.
hilarious.
All right. With a 5, you can see his most obvious outward appearance. Orosto is quite old. He is an old mole gladiator, and he spent many years in the Gladiator Arena, and his body is covered in scars. But he's also covered in these swirling tattoos, psionic tattoos. So you can tell two things about this man right off the bat. That he has lived a long and hard life, that he's probably a badass, even though he's of quite decrepit age for a mole. And even with just a 5, you can tell that he is at least a competent psionicist, although you can't really tell the depths of how good his psionics are.
I'm trying to think about how to repeat this. Let me ask you 2 questions. How'd you get them tattoos?
It's easy if you think hard, and he's going to touch you on an exposed body part, and the tattoo
Oh,
The tattoo on his arm is going to crawl down his arm and onto your like belly or something, I guess.
Oh no.
This one, for example, allows you to communicate over great distances. Should you be in great peril and need assistance, press your hand against it. Think of me and speak your message, and I will hear it.
Okay. You nice. Second question. How'd you get the scars?
Many, many years in the Gladiator Arena, and he waves off in the distance towards the arena that you've recently been to.
Oh, you fight?
I was a great champion. I have slain many men in my long and
Little man fight?
long and storied career. Though my back is stooped with age, I stood a bit taller in my younger day.
Watched him when I was a wee boy. He was a great man.
I tell him.
Mighty warrior.
Okay. I like you. I like you. Oro? 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 Oros? Orodo. Orodo. That's right? Orodo?
A roasto.
Oh. That's what I said.
Close enough.
Okay. I
Hey,
hold
now
out my
go
pinky.
Taurus.
I hold out my pinky to him.
Pinky swear. All right. I must return to the orphans and see to their
Wait.
needs.
Do a no fooling. Pinky's out.
My word is bond, sir.
And I like slide some money into his hand.
How much?
With your pinky.
100 CP.
100 ceramic piece paid
that up.
towards a roast.
He's a nice guy. He gonna make me. He said he'd make me weapon. You heard that?
Your destiny weapon.
Word.
Destiny weapon.
Word.
Imagine
Lord.
it. Big hammer for
Lord.
you. Yes, what is it, Taurus?
I'm gonna get a new weapon. I still wait on my other shiny weapon.
You're gonna get 2 shiny weapons.
Oh man. You imagine me swinging 2 shiny weapons at one time?
Oh yeah, big damage, big guy.
Big damage! Makes me wanna go to sleep so I can see my new weapon. He said it'd be done in the morning, right? If I go to sleep right now, I wake up, it'd be morning.
Yeah, the other blacksmith, yeah, he said it'd be done the next day.
This guy say it gonna take him a long time. But as long as I
Yeah.
do good stuff, I get weapon.
Yeah.
Don't let me
Wanna
do bad stuff. Okay?
Let's go do some good stuff.
Yeah.
Go meet up with let's go meet up with Oren, see where he's at.
Anybody know where Oren's figurine is?
You a good guy? You always good, Morg?
I try to be.
There's a
Sometimes
morgue
the
over
path of
here.
goodness is very muddled.
Can I make a
Like
character
when you're a
for you?
bug.
Yeah, I thought so at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe so.
I hope you be good too. We be good together.
Thanks, Taurus. That's very reassuring.
Oren will be
I'm glad you're here.
going to pick up supplies.
No problem, man.
Foods, trying the local cuisine. He's more focused on creature comforts than trying to necessarily get a magic item. He's gonna try to get maybe a drink and toast his friends here.
To escaping the Urakites.
I'm going to use this figurine for you in the meantime. So let me step you through the city. When you first approach, there's long rows of corn that had been
Wow.
tended to previously by druids, so they're relatively healthy. there's a temple constructed right next to the gate, which has an eternal flame burning in it, and several pilgrims milling about, enjoying the glow of the fire, and speaking to passers-by about the Lord of the Flame and how his glory helped to liberate the free city of Tyr. When you approach the
Put that
gate,
on
it
there just because, didn't you, Ninja? On the C card, braces of archery. You put that on just because, didn't you?
it was randomly generated. You can thank Don John for that. When you approach the gates themselves, there is a Templar decked out in copper armor. You're unlikely to see a lot of metal armor around, but the Templars are basically the King's Guard, and each of them is equipped with the most valuable equipment. Tyr also has one of the only iron mines in the world. Iron is incredibly rare, so he's not equipped in iron. He's equipped in a lesser metal, like bronze, brass, copper. But it is a piece of metal armor, which is very, very gaudy. In between the metal armor, he's got this like sort of royal purple sticking out around all the edges, sort of a noble poof with his gaudy armor. And he stands between two huge half giants that pull the gates open. And he'll ask you as you pass, he says, "I haven't seen you before. Who are you, and what brings you to the free city of Tyr?"
Is he asking me specifically, or?
Oren, yes, you.
I seem to have fallen in with these my new companions here. It seems that you know them, as you don't know me, but you know them.
Ah, yes, I've seen you with Gramorn, one of the heroes of Tyr, the leader of this temple.
Then I ask that you judge me on my character based on the character of Gamorn and my other compatriots here.
Indeed, then. Well, if you're a friend of one of the champions and liberators of our city, I will certainly not stand in your way. He claps at the half-giants, and they'll pull the gates open for you and step aside.
That was the shiny guard.
The Templar. He is a Templar of Tyr.
Now, I haven't seen the conditions inside the city yet. This is kind of some backtrack, right?
This is outside the city, the front gate.
Right. Before we get inside and see. And I'm
There we go.
Before we go to sleep for the day.
I'm ecstatic to hear about the free city of Tyr, especially after having experienced the other. I forget the other city we went to.
Gronk something.
Urik?
Yeah.
Urik, yeah.
Urik likes its slavery.
Yeah.
Most of the cities do.
But where I'm from, it's the merchants that make slaves of everyone.
Well, everybody here can tell you the tale. It was many months ago, and the former King Kalik, the dragon sorcerer Kalik, was performing some sort of dark ritual that was murdering everybody in his gladiatorial arena. He had called every slave within 1,000 miles to build his mighty ziggurat, and then he had brought all of his slaves to a great tournament, all of his citizens to a great tournament for gladiators. Fortunately, a revolution rose up during his ritual. He was using defiler magic to murder everybody in the arena and draw all that power into his great ziggurat. But the mighty hero Rikus and the other revolutionaries rose up, and they skewered the bastard with the Heartwood Spear, ending his reign of terror. And ever since, this has been the free city of Tyr, democratically run. We still have a king, King Tithian, but he has a council of advisors made up of all of the factions in the city, and they all have a say in matters, so we are, by all rights, the freest city in the known world.
Here. I feel I had to repress the urge to do Monty Python right there. True power comes from The people duly elected.
Well, he might not necessarily be happy about that because the Templars, they all had vast power. They were either
And now
wizards.
They have much less.
They were either wizards or paladins or warlocks, and they all worked for the former sorcerer king, who used his great epic level like 27 powers to bestow all of his underlings with the warlock, paladin, and wizardly powers that they had. Which means when Calic died, all of his cool extra power went out the window, and now he's basically just a glorified gate guard.
He's a fighter.
How many levels did he lose?
Just imagine like a fallen paladin that can't use any divine magic anymore. That's basically his archetype. He's still a pretty good fighter, but he doesn't have any spells.
See. So, while maybe he said that or a town crier said that, he may perhaps grumble, but I am almost ecstatic with the sounds, with how this sounds. I clasp hands and clap on the back, my compatriots, and I didn't know I was running with royalty, with heroes.
It wasn't too much, but we did lead our own squadrons during the army against the Urakite. When they started attacking our city right after we killed Calic.
And humble too.
I guess maybe a little bit. Thank you.
Just inside the gate here, there's
a toast.
there's a Dracomon station. These guys are the Dracomons, and you'll be quickly approached by one of them, and he'll say, "Do you need help getting around town? I can be your guide for a low fare. My fee is quite small, mind you, and I can deliver messages or run around town and find things for you if you need assistance locating something in particular. I can be your guide, my friend. The Dracomon are here to serve."
Orin he's a human, huh?
I'm a human, yes. I will pass a look to. Well, let's see. Who? Grimorn? Probably Grimorn and. Wait a minute. No, hold on. These are your names.
More Grimorn Taurus.
And we're missing.
I wouldn't mind a tour, even though we live in the city. I mean, it's only been a little while since we got out of the slave pit, so I don't actually know much of the city myself.
Yes,
I
Orin's
was
very good.
thinking. I was looking to Morg and Grimorn and saying, kind of giving a raised eyebrow. And if I can pass a whisper, is this something we should do? Do you know the Draken? Darn it, I lost it again. Draken?
Not this one in particular, but I do know of them, and yes, they are quite good at what they do. Usually sending errands and messages, but touring, I've never had a tour myself.
It depends where you want to go. We know a few
What's-
areas of the city.
What is your fare, my good man?
5 ceramic pieces. I'll show you around. I'll be your tour guide.
I do it.
All right.
You know.
So you have a Dracomon. He will follow you around. His name is Peebo. He'll answer any questions you have about any of the locations here. Just inside the gate, he'll point around. He'll say, over there, you got Grick's weapons, some of the best weapons in town. Old Grick, he used to fight in the arena himself. Over there, around the corner, you got Messenger's mounts, good stables. Ibble Buke, he runs that place. Know him well. Good friend. Dracomon Station, that's where I'm working out of. Down the street, round the corner over here, we got the Shining Sands. You need to clean up your stuff. They'll dry clean your stuff up with the cleanest and finest of sands. Right in here. Over here on the left, you've got the Golden Enix Inn. Jerix, the half-giant doorman there, he waves to him. He's a friendly chap, as long as you're not too rude, or as long as you don't start any fights. Mila Rossini, she owns that place. She's quite voluptuous. Zigzaggy streets. He'll indicate that this side street over here goes over to the Jade Josel, a high-end jewelry store. There's also the Sweetwater Inn, a luxury inn for only the fanciest of nobles, the wealthiest. There's also the Sandstone Inn, another fine establishment. If you need a very nice place to stay, these are the ritzy places over there. Down the road here, we've got the Merchant District that we're entering into. You can get to any merchant house here in the main plaza, or you can travel to the north. Over there in the north, you can get to the Elven Market. It's right there, right down that street. And if you need to buy or sell anything, the Elven Market, they can help you out. And if they don't got it, you can go to a merchant house and request it, and they'll see if they can get it through any of their contacts out across the tablelands.
Are you spitting at the elves?
No, not the elves in the merchant district.
Oh.
I just happened to spit in the ground. Yeah.
All right. You have an issue with all? Is it all of them? All of the houses, or is it just like one in particular?
Merchants care not for the plight of the people. They don't care who they trample on their quest for money. Namely, my brother.
The Dracomon will the Dracomon will also point out over here if you need a place to stay or a drink or some food. There are many, many places to pick from along those a row of houses that circles around like a horseshoe there.
Oh shit! I would have been with Morg.
Alright, joining in the tour.
Yeah.
I guess I did my stuff while I was on that tour.
All right.
Meeting with the vendor and all.
Mm.
Before I let the vendor just finish that, I asked him, how can I find you back? Do I come back in this area if I want to see you again in the future?
He's going to be here in the Elven Market somewhere.
Okay. Well, if you see me around and I'm looking, make me sign.
All right. So if you were in the Elven Market, that would mean you were right here, and the party just came strolling through, taking the tour. The Dracomon Peebo, he says, over there's the Elven Market, and here you come out of the Elven Market, finishing your business.
Hey, everyone.
Hey guy, you want to join the tour, Grimorn?
Yeah, I found a vendor around here that has plenty of items you guys might be interested in.
Yeah, we can make a round and back.
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys know kind of the list, what he had for sale. That way, you can take a look and decide if you want to go there or not. Have you learned anything new about the city?
Oh yeah, we learned about the more fancy places that we haven't been to, which maybe kind of wish we went over there as we were riding our high off of our heroic parading business, but that boat kind of passed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be avoiding the district for some time. I just bought something that cost me a lot.
Maybe we can celebrate there after we have our business concluded with the transforming. What was his name again?
Yeah, our friend.
Yeah, our friend.
So, Grimorn, you were told if you can't find him in the Elven Market doing business, you can find him off hours at the Shadow Square getting a drink.
Okay. It's like the shady bar.
Yeah. Well, he is a member of the Shadow, the black market, smugglers, assassins, and thieves.
Yeah, so I was saying to Oren that not all of the houses are quite bad. Some of them, I mean, they do make a profit, yes, but they try to help out the people by selling them goods that they actually need.
Ha! I'm sure you must believe that. But I'll.
They were not all helpful when we needed their help. That's for sure. Some of these houses were.
A merchant house that sticks its neck out for the common man, I'll never find.
They were all into it for the profit. That's for sure.
Let's
Well,
leave
not
this
saying
place.
they would do it for a loss, but yeah.
I don't feel the need to stay in this neighborhood much longer. I feel like Thibu. Well, after he concludes the tour, of course. I feel like would you care to join us at the Golden Phoenix Inn? I feel like around my compatriots here is in order.
All right.
Well, I don't know if you've seen that on the outside of the city. Many of the new farms have been are mostly from slaves that have been freed during the liberation of the city.
I did see that, and it warms my heart greatly. Now, also, sidebar. These were falling apart now that they're not being tended by druids. Like, people are working, but they're falling into disrepair. These farms.
Okay, Tebow will give you the rundown on Tyr. Since you're a newcomer to town, you don't know the ins and outs of everything here. So Tebow will tell you that during the time of Kalik, things were pretty rough because he was putting everything into building the ziggurat, and the people were starving. Since the liberation, people have been at least getting a subsistence of food. It might not be great, but at least they are well fed, especially with the help of druids. They've been making the crops twice as good.
Lord of Flame.
The druids are still able to work then. I misunderstood.
Our druid has disappeared, though, so who knows what'll happen in the future. Word is he ran off and became a sex slave in the jungles of Gulg.
You would be correct.
All right, so
Does he want to be
I
rescued?
can still help them.
So people will tell you the current situation in Tyr. At the top, you've got King Tithian, and he'll point off in the distance. He points, and you can see he's pointing past the ziggurat at a golden tower that rises high into the air over here. So if you look over there on the map,
Yeah, I see.
you will see King Tithian sitting high upon his throne here. And there he has his council of senators. Senator Traxus, Senator Vildine, Senator Trevelus. There are other Tyrian nobles. There are servants and aides. There are high-level advisors like Rikus, the hero of Tyr, and his gladiator companion Neva, the people who actually killed the former sorcerer king. They are close council members to King Tithian to make sure that he doesn't become as bad as the former sorcerer king. They want Tyr to be a liberated place where the people are not downtrodden by evil wizards. And King Tithian is playing the role of the good king in a time of revolution where things are being changed. And another key player in the revolution, he can tell you all about Agus of Astocles, good friend of Rikus, and primary conspirator in the revolution that freed the city. Little mention goes to Sadira, but she is sort of the handmaiden that follows Agus around, so she doesn't get mentioned as much.
I tell you to be careful with this King Tithian. He is, after all, the ex-leader of all the Templars, and in his position because he was a man of power at the time.
He'll point to the different sections of the city, like if you zoom out and you look at the whole city, he will point, if you use the ziggurat sort of to divide quadrants in the city, there's sort of this lower left quadrant here. They call that the Smith's District, and down in there, he'll explain how they've got the wagon works, and they've got an inn for sort of like the lower dregs of society down there. But also the gate into the noble district down there, and he'll say the noble district, that's where you're going to find a lot of the important business of the city is done. And that's also where you will find the psionic school, the school of thought, led by Lady Chessia. That's sort of a very important place. And the Templars, so one of the major factions, the Templars, they're down here in this corner of the noble district. They've got their warehouse where they keep the storage of grain. They've got their investigator squad that uses psionics to figure out criminals and what they've been up to. They've got the Great Armory. So they're basically the city guard, and so that's sort of the law. They're all spread out around the noble district down there. So they're a major player. The Templars have a lot to say on the High Council. Then you've got the Craftsmen, led by Councillor Turloff. Then you've got the Free Farmers. The Free Farmers support King Tithian. They don't like the nobles or the merchants much. They live in housing stolen from some of Calic's worst nobles, some of his worst slave masters, who were killed, deposed, defeated. Their lands and their holdings are given over to these free farmers who have taken over, and they're the biggest supporters of King Tithian. Sort of after the revolution, these are the primary beneficiaries were the free farmers. Then you've got the tenant farmers. The tenant farmers were the former slaves. And the former slaves, once they were freed, many of them found that they could do nothing other than work for their former masters in situations that were very, very little different than their previous existence. They're basically still slaves, except that they get a wage. They earn a few silver or ceramic pieces if they're less well paid.
Now, how much of this? That's character knowledge now.
Tebow will tell you all about it. He will tell you the breakdown of the different groups in the city. The tenant farmers are the sort of like the downtrodden people. Yes, they're free, but their economic situation has not improved, and they're not very happy.
He speaks too fast.
And then you've got the dispossessed, which are neutral factions, including the poor and the homeless. They do have faction leaders. Some rise to power through sketchy means. You know, members of the Shadow. You know, the Thieves Guild might have some say on the council through one of these dispossessed groups. And of course, all the merchant houses, they have a say. You know, each merchant house probably has equal say in how the business of the city is run, or at least they act as counselors, and then Tithian has the final decision.
People, we've been gone from Tyr for a bit over a month. Have they done anything to the slave pits now that the city is free?
The slave pits, they are still being used. The land of the slave pits is now a training area.
They don't use the Gladiator Stadium for that?
It's a different kind of training.
Yeah.
So maybe
Slaves again.
martial training would happen in the gladiatorial stadium. Maybe they've set up like pavilions for doing other kind of skill training in the slave pens.
Okay, that's interesting.
It could be medical training. It could be some sort of like oral history. It could be skill training in the brickyards, being so close to the slave pens.
And he's being totally legit, sincere, right?
He's a tour guide. He's just describing the city, just explaining it straight. You can believe him or not.
He seems.
I tell him.
I want to befriend him. I want to not throw around wealth or anything, but kind of. I kind of envision him to be kind of like the shoe shiner, the beggar that you went to try to get the lowdown of the city, or kind of protect, have the ear of what's going on. So he's a hustler. He's trying to make it work for himself. So I feel like maybe an extra tip of a couple of silver, not silver, ceramic
All right.
Every
pieces,
time.
to help protect my friends from bumbling into harm's way.
I just want to like just try to keep up with them, and just try not to get distracted. But like anytime I hear him talk about slave pins, like the slaves and stuff, like I know slave.
All right.
Not once, not never.
Never ever.
Are you sure you didn't used to be a slave, Taurus? I'm gonna insight check you.
I don't believe. Roll to disbelieve. 'Twas an illusion.
Okay, so I'm sensing that. Okay, quick sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
There's the druid that we might want to go find if he wants to be found. Um, we have the fact that the Urakites are coming to attack, right? They're coming to attack Tyr.
So, people will fill you in on another piece of history. So, after Calic died, nobody was mining the famous iron mines of Tyr. And we had diplomatic agreements with various city-states. Since we have the only iron mine, we were doing trade with our enemies as sort of like a, like an arms deal, essentially. Like as long as trade was delivering iron from Tyr to the other city-states, there wasn't trouble. But as soon as the iron trade dried up after Calic died, Ulrich almost immediately demanded that the flow of iron continue. And when it didn't, they threatened to march their entire army to the iron mine and take it themselves, which led to open warfare, where Tithian raised armies and the players did their best efforts to help prepare the city in advance. And then right out in front of the gates of Tyr, a massive bloody battle unfolded. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of soldiers. Just a total bloodbath, massive piles of corpses afterwards. They were all sacrificed to the fire god.
Fertilizer for the soil.
Fertilizer for the soil and fuel for the burning pyres of the fire god. So it was a big deal. It was a huge war. But then the iron mines were cleaned out. There were some monsters that had taken them over. Trade resumed, and Ulrich returned home to lick their wounds after losing the war. And since the iron trade had continued, they had no reason to send a second army to try to attack. They were beaten back once, and they might not soon return. So Tyr probably safe from direct assault. People will tell you that there are rumors now and then of Urakite spies, though. You can usually tell they've got a bit of a darker shade of skin, and they're a little more lawful. They really follow orders out there in Hanuman's land. They're not free folk like us Tyrians. You can usually tell by the accent, too. Even though almost everyone speaks common, everybody has a thick accent based on their regional dialect. So Tyrians have a very distinct Tyrian sound to them. I'm going to go with American for Tyr, since they're like the Liberty, like, old school America style. And then Ulrich is very based on sort of like strict Middle Eastern orthodoxy. And so they're sort of like a Afghanistan, Iraq situation over there.
Okay.
Which one are the neo-Nazis?
Al-Taruk would be.
I don't know. The Templars. One of them is Greek. I had a list at some point. Let me see if I can find it. I had all the city-states listed and what they were like. All right.
Go with Greek for now.
Balak is like Greek. It's led by Andropeus. Andropeus is like the big sorcerer king. And then Drage is more Aztec style. Drage is led by the omnipotent Tektuktitle. Tektuktitle is like the great dragon sorcerer of Drage. Then you've got Lalali Pui, the Oba of Gulg. Gulg is like a forest tribal nature-loving city. They live in one of the few wildernesses. Then you got Nibene. The Sorcerer King Nibene is like the ultimate narcissist. He named the city after himself. He has giant statues of himself everywhere. Every building has a statue or a face or a portrait. It's on all of his currency. Everything. Nibene everywhere. And then you've got Uruk. I already mentioned them. Sorcerer King Hamanu. So, all of the nearby city-states that have any ties to Tyr.
Okay. I'd like to know more about this druid that has mysteriously disappeared. He disappeared of his own accord, or he was kidnapped?
We were traveling with him. He was one of our companions.
Oh,
Yeah, he joined
a commune of sorts.
yeah. Of other snake, he was a snake person. A Yanti. He joined them to increase their population. They had population issues.
Hey, see, I made it. Rah, rah. Your name changes every week. Where's your figurine? Where's the soul figurine hiding?
Are we back in tier?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just trying to give you a little brief thing.
Did any combat happen while I was gone?
Nah, we started kind of late. It's mostly been town stuff. Krius had his hirelings go look for magic items, so we've got a big list of magic items that are for sale.
And we're taking a tour of all of Tyr because we've never really explored all the city streets.
Well, Skywill has never been to Tyr, so he paid 5 ceramic pieces to Peebo the Dracoman, who is a tour guide, and he's been given the citywide tour and talking about some of the history of the local area.
I just follow Morgan.
Wait, his name is Pivo?
Peebo. P-I-B-H-O.
Like Bimo?
Probably not.
Ebo, what is the ziggurat used for now besides a landmark for the city?
Hang on. I have to look for something. 1 second.
Good question.
I will get to your question right after this.
No
We
problem.
actually don't
We're
we
drinking.
we actually don't know ourselves.
Well, we can be doing a bit of carousing in the inn.
That's something that we still have to discover. What they're doing with this monument? I can tell you, it was never built to do anything good.
I do not have the new Sia model. Damn it. I've got the old one.
Like the old one? Like the old 2D one? Or the one without
No, I made a copy. He's at the I think he's at the entrance. He's at the entrance of the city here.
Oh, you found him. Cool.
Be right back 1 second, guys.
Yeah, we lost all of our characters with their well, not all of them, but like I lost mine with my tag on top.
Wait, it's gone?
It's probably because like we crashed one night I think One World probably ate all our figurines.
That is a new Grimoire model.
Where he's on the stone. It's one of the ones he doesn't use too often.
Yeah.
I think I have the CM model.
You know how he does. He's got like 10 figurines of himself for every D&D game he runs. Standing on a fucking pile of bones there.
He has 13 different types of drip.
13 different types of drip.
Well, he does it for the other people too. Like his Barker in our other game has like 4 different character models he can switch into. He's got like his swanky in town clothes with his top hat on, and then he's got like his I'm going adventuring clothes, and then he's got like 2 other outfits.
Nice.
Yeah, I made him a new airship captain one.
Well, that's gonna be fun. That's when you gain a couple more levels. I'll have an airship crash in front of your place, and you can fix it up.
There you go. It's yours now.
I'm sure Barker will be overjoyed. He loves when we get an airship in these games.
What up?
Wouldn't that
Airship.
airship crashing be an act of terrorism?
Crash the airship at 9/11. Crashes into the keep.
Well, the dragon's
Inside
about
job.
to do that.
Oh, okay.
Fuel can't melt steel beams.
So you had a question for Peebo. I'm sorry, I missed it.
About the ziggurat, what it was being used for? Is it like military importance or?
The ziggurat, mighty and phallic, like a huge erection into the sky, showing that King Calic truly had the biggest one of those.
I was when he said phallic, I already knew where it was going. I knew where it was going.
I mean, it certainly is mighty and splendid.
Nice.
I've seen bigger.
Do you still have the other picture of Tyr? I think you had like a different angle on it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good pictures of Tyr. Do an
we
image
picked
search.
2 other sorcerer king queens cities. Is it bigger than theirs?
Oh my
Wait, what about the tree? Does that mean what was her name? Has a bigger dick than Tyr?
Yeah. Well, Nibene has a fortress that is probably bigger, if we're honest.
Guys, what if we build a giant temple? The power.
Okay. Well, what you have to understand is that while they might have one slightly larger, we have 2. We have the gold one and this
So we're multi.
Rainbow.
You wanna
You
tell
know,
them,
we
Ninja,
have a
about our
rainbow one.
fort?
We're multi-phallic.
Yeah, you can.
right.
Go right ahead.
I mean, that's got to be worth something in some kind of special.
We have 2.
Don't do it. Costs too much money to fucking run a fort. Literally got a giant flamberge, a golden flamberge.
All right,
for
Jodab,
$50,000.
do me a favor. Do me a favor, Jodab. There's a pop-up that's going to come up on screen.
Mhm.
I want you to take this image that I'm putting in the Dark Sun. Just
Okay.
right-click that image, say copy link, and then paste it into tabletop where the link pop-up is.
Mhm. Front image, back
Yep.
image.
Either one, save. All right, now we got a city skyline here. This is the city of Tyr.
Oh, nice. That's the
flip it
golden
around.
city in the foreground, right?
So you can see the mighty ziggurat, the multicolored ziggurat extending high into the sky, and then you've got the golden tower all phallic.
Those are way bigger than I thought they were. On the map, they look small, but those are huge.
Well, it's very vertical, right? Like the pyramid is immense, and the tower also immense. Even though it's just a little circle on the map, this tower is gigantic.
Wait, is the tower actually just like a giant dick?
Yes, it is a giant golden dick extending high into the sky with a second smaller one sticking out here that is actually just the throne room.
So it's kind of like those vibrators. No, hold on.
Pretty much. He could vibrate the whole tower with the power of his magic.
Oh my god.
Why would
Stop.
he need that though?
For added pleasure.
To appease the real dragon, when like the real
Oh yeah.
when the real dragon comes along, it just squats on the tower and relieves itself and then leaves.
You just fuck God, you know?
Oh my god.
Can you imagine a gigantic dragon just teabagging the whole town?
Teabagging.
Well, bam, well,
Would the
bam.
dragon be- would the dragon be city size? Just
Boris is really, really, really big. Yeah. Okay.
What just happened?
I'm sorry. It was my fault.
So Peebo asks, where to next? Do you want to see the Gladiator Arenas? That's a big tourist spot here in town.
Well, tourist spot. I'd never be there. I've been there one time.
All right, follow me. And he'll lead you on a tour.
We take a nap.
He's gonna go over to the stairs here that go across the ziggurat until you arrive in the gladiatorial stadium.
Can't just go around.
Nope, you got to go all the way up to the top and then all the way down the other side. But there's like a slick banister on either side, and you could just like slide down it. But watch out, because like you have to make a DC like 20 dex save at the very bottom, because there's like a big bulbous banister at the bottom that'll crush your nuts when you get to the bottom.
If someone else does it, I'll do it. I was in the back. I'm in the back. If someone else does it, I'll do it.
you have to make deck saves.
I was making a joke that there's like a nut crushing banister after you slide down the banister all the way to the bottom.
There's Orin's here, and Morg's here. Is anyone gonna make that save?
So it sounds like what you're trying to do is convince someone else to take the first jump.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, if you're very dexterous, you take the fast way down. If not, I wouldn't recommend it.
You're gonna lose your nuts.
Someone's gonna give me the idea.
Will we canonically actually lose our nuts? Canonically?
If
Hypothetically.
if you roll a crit fail, I'll roll on the critical table and see if you lose a testicle.
I decided to fucking do it. We're like,
I'm not
Hey.
gonna be outdone by a giant.
y'all see that? I'll race you to the bottom.
All right.
I want to give him a perfect inspiration.
Cause I got up here quick. I got up here really quick. I'm really strong, so I can climb up this really fast. I say, I'll race you guys to the bottom.
It's
I got an
a
idea.
reflex save, you said?
Yep,
Good, thanks.
dexterity save at the bottom.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
One of the things on the critical table was instant death. You see?
All right, anybody who gets to the bottom and fails the DC 20 dexterity save is going to take 15 points of non-lethal damage to the testicle. Crushing.
Two.
I got a dirty 20.
All right. So, Taurus Maximus hits the banister, and like his nuts are strong enough to take it.
He
I
doesn't
hit
die.
Bannister as well.
All right, 15 subdual damage, non-lethal.
Subdual. Okay, thank you. You're so kind.
It hurts real bad though. It almost like it could be if you had low hit points, the pain would be enough to knock you unconscious.
Can I use bardic inspiration on myself?
We had to jump.
Yeah, you can.
Alright.
Oh, okay. That's great. Gladiator Stadium. Yep, thank you. I'll be over here.
6d20 plus 6.
You funny, man. Good job. You came down quick too. Not as fast as me though.
Come on, come on, come on.
Actually, wait.
I
No, you
Put
can't.
restriction on yourself.
You can't use it on yourself. I just looked it up.
no,
Oh,
I came down.
Bummer.
Not as cool. Not as cool.
I don't need it. I got a 25.
You can't inspire yourself. All right.
Would a
So,
25 try to take a backflip off of it too? Just whoop.
yeah, you can do like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. You just slide down it. Standing up, in the standing up position, you just slide down the whole thing and then do a acrobatic flip off it at the bottom.
Do the acrobatic landing, arms stretched out. 10 out of 10. There's applause.
Yeah, you do like a triple somersault cartwheel at the bottom.
And then my leg snaps up under me.
You'll have to excuse me for not clapping. I need to go sit down.
Are you all right? Oh wait, no, I can't. I can't heal. Never mind. Especially around here. Never mind. Yeah.
I'm fine.
You sure?
Back off.
All right, so Peepo's going to ask, what part of the gladiatorial stadium do you want to check out? So you could go out onto the field and check out the training grounds where a bunch of the gladiators are, or we could go down into the underground if you want to see a little tour of the underground of the Gladiator Arena. Anyone?
You know, you'll find the person who is so excited to see everything is lost some of his vim and vigor.
Yeah. 15 damage to the nuts.
I would get hanged if I were to heal your testing.
Demoralizing, to say the least.
Wait, doesn't Morg know any healing spells? Or Grimoire?
I'll be fine.
Healing hands. Just massage the nuts.
No, let's just call the lesson.
Oh,
Right, let's just leave this alone and just never return to this topic.
Maybe have an alchemist with some salve of healing.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll put it on myself. Thanks.
All right.
Put some icy hot. Probably not. Actually, that'd be bad.
Well, he'll lead you to the main area first. So just out into the main training area, you can see that there are two very powerful-looking women, and they're screaming at a group of burly men, whipping them into shape.
Oh my gosh.
So Lisanne, she's got two of these men, and she's commanding them into battle stances against two other men led by Kanla. The battle-tested gladiator women are yelling at the trainees, telling them to do better against each other, clearly in a competition, glaring at each other, urging on their own trainees to win against the trainees of the other one in a purely competitive and spiteful argument between the two coaches. And onlooking is a incredibly beautiful man with rippling muscles who sits there just cleaning the edge of his blade. And every once in a while, the two ladies will look over and say, "To Chadril, see how good a job we do training. My trainees are much better than her trainees." And the other one will be like, "Shut up, whore."
I go talk to the half giant guys and I tell them, I got a new weapon coming tomorrow. Tomorrow.
All right.
Shut up, whore.
Quick Windsor, I believe that we finally found a half giant stronger than you are.
Yeah.
I think the two of you should go to in the arena for a battle.
Let's put this to the test. Arm wrestle me now. Windsor, he rolls a... he's got 10. Can you beat a 10?
I'm too tired.
Too tired to beat a 10. He crushes you easily.
No. I don't let him win.
Arms of steel, corded muscle rippling.
Okay?
Oh, it's just a friendly arm wrestling match. It's not a fight.
Okay, then.
What an actual
25.
All right. You beat me, but only because I had many arm wrestle matches with Urgos, and my arm was quite tired.
I'm me tired
Excuses
too.
is
You're
normal.
No problem. Me tired too.
But I'd beat you at a foot race, 'cause I'm Quick Windsor.
Are the gladiatorial matches to first blood or to the death?
Traditionally we fight monsters. And he'll describe how in the underground they've got several pens where they're keeping various creatures. They've captured some antloids and I'm trying to think of the name of the one cat. Some like wild cats. Kirre. I think Kirre is the name of it. Kirre. They're like these big saber cat things. Anyway, they have gladiators battle the beasts in the arena and slay the beasts. That way people enjoy some bloodshed, but you don't have to necessarily lose a gladiator unless they were just really bad at combat. And then, yeah, we have battles of sport. Yeah. And then he'll just go on to describe the previous tournament that was put on by Morg that he won himself.
Happened.
That was a while ago.
You're just in the background. You're just in the background hearing tales being recounted of how the current champion of the Gladiator Arena is Morg. The tournament was put on by Morg.
I didn't know that.
This guy, I beat him.
Not rigged at all.
Well, it was an annual competition. Next year you could join in and maybe you'll win.
When we're back and we have more time, maybe we can go back into the arena and show our new strengths.
Right. I'll have to prepare some new contenders. Some stronger gladiators. Maybe I'll have Rikus show up and put on a good show.
The legend.
The legend Rikus, he'll compete.
Enrique.
He'll bring out the Heartwood Spear and skewer one of you, one shot, one kill.
Oh god.
Is it a guaranteed one shot?
It can be.
That thing is, yeah. Who was the other one? The other fighter that was really strong.
Talking about Mad Dog.
No.
Techedral was real good.
I know there
Urgos was
or
strong.
something like that.
Gregor was strong.
He's like
Kenshiro.
he was like the character of one of those anime.
Kenshiro.
Yeah, Kenshiro.
Yeah.
After the fall of Tyr, Kenshiro ventured out into the desert. He went wandering.
Yeah, he was strong.
Yep. Once he was out of slavery, he went out and did his own thing.
Yeah, the last giant, the time we were stuck in this in the arena, it was quite the event. Fighting some mighty creature that was doing psionic powers on everyone.
It was a Gadge. The dreaded Gadge, the pinnacle of the gladiatorial arena battle where Kalik died, was to fight a Gadge atop a pyramid structure, sort of a king of the hill setup with the Gadge, a fearsome Gadge, a powerful psionic beetle with various abilities to paralyze and crush the minds of enemies. It put up a good fight. It was pulling into its shell, making itself very hard to kill. All right. At some point during the tour, you will be tracked down by Alentha. Alentha, the Peacebringer. She's going to approach the party and say, "What are your plans? We must move with Korganard very soon."
We need sleep.
We need
I'm ready to go to sleep.
yeah, we need one good night of sleep, of rest. We've prepared for the trip, and then as soon as we get up, I think we might be ready to go. But
My men, the Free, they are standing ready, but I only have one unit of their group on loan for a limited amount of time, and we'll need their defenses, their protection as we travel across the desert. So we must act quickly before the Urakites have time to prepare any ambushes for us. So first thing in the morning, then.
I tell the half giants, you guys want to fight? You guys want to go fight with us?
Fight what?
Oh, Quick Windsor? No. He runs fast because all he knows is to flee.
You guys look strong. We fight.
Quick Windsor will say, "Where are you going? 3 days out into the desert? Ah, I'm not interested in that. The food here is better." Ha ha ha! And he slaps his belly. Argos says, I could go for some food right now. And he begins to wander away to the food table.
My god, they became foodies.
Like, I just looked at Gregor's face.
I get talked into it. I'm going to the food table.
Oh my god.
Well, one of the animals that they've recently killed in the Gladiator Arena is carved up and roasted here. Just a huge slab of just dripping meats.
I will go back to the shrine and then tend to it.
What happened to
we
the
leave.
Y'all
chat?
got right idea.
What happened to the chat rolls?
I tell them, I like to stay here with these guys. You guys go ahead. I eat.
Tedrill's got some makeup on. I don't know.
He's missing your face.
Yeah, his face is a little sketchy and blurry. But just look at Urgos. Urgos' face makes up for it with its high detail.
Ergos' face is. Where is he? I don't see him.
His face is a little annoying and a little bit orange.
I see Gregor's, but I don't see him. Where is he?
This one here that my hand is over.
Get a green hand?
I am the Black Hand. Urgos Half Giant.
Oh, okay. That annoying orange.
It is. All right, so you spend some time at the Gladiator Arena. You've got several hours before nightfall. You guys are probably staying at the Golden Inix Inn, right?
I filled up on food here. Talking about.
All right. You have a second cart and 2 extra kanks now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're double teaming it with the animals, and you've got all the water supplies and all the food supplies you'll need for several days in the desert. All right. So I guess you've got all of the supplies you need. If you wanted to do any other last-minute shopping, there are various shops at the Elven Market that sell all the mundane items, all the alchemical items, all of the magic items that are on that list, on that card.
If someone tells me we gotta go, my guy will be like, "Oh, I gotta go, guys."
My mom said I gotta go inside after today.
Alright, guys, we did a lot of sightseeing and a lot of shopping. Let's hit the road. Korganard's waiting on us.
But Morg, they got more
Well,
food here.
we got a whole bunch of food in the wagon. Let's go.
But the food here is better. He makes a good point.
Nah, we can cook our own food. Yeah, wait a bit.
do we stay overnight and leave in the morning?
Yeah, we leave early.
That way he can pick
We
up
need a
his
long rest.
yeah, and he can pick up his weapon.
I say, okay, guys, I gotta run. Dash over here. Like, come on, guys. Morg said we gotta go.
The other half giants wave to you. And they say to each other, "Boy, he was a smart half giant. Yeah, I've met some real stupid half giants, but that was clearly an intelligent one."
Well, are you saying the half giants here are stupider than that?
I'll get to the
Little
top
bit.
of this one and be like, okay, who's gonna race me down?
You're gonna end up breaking the pyramid.
We're going.
Wait, you're
All
gonna
fast.
slide down the other side now?
Yeah, we're gonna slide down the other side.
From look on the map, the banister is like how many feet long?
It's quite a drop. It would do like a 40-foot fall to the nuts when you hit the bottom.
Oh, wait, is that? Oh, you're okay, Sky Will?
Come on, guys. Who's gonna do it with me?
I'll do it.
Oh, I'll talk you into it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Come on, little one. Let's do it. You wanna
I'm
ride
not
my back?
little.
You wanna ride my back?
I want to try to go for another backflip.
Okay.
Here we go.
$21. I tried a backflip. Boom. Did I make it this time? 21?
All right. You use your powerful thigh muscles to grind yourself to a stop so you don't hit your nuts. Soul, on the other hand, hits with full force and deals 16.
I try to do the backflip again, but instead of doing the backflip, I land square on the banister.
16 non-lethal damage to your hip bone and pelvis. Oof.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt. See, I know stop. I stopped right here at the end. See, I don't hit it again.
I sound exactly like this.
I just like, you gotta breathe, man. You gotta breathe. And I start just pop you on the back.
I tap you in the nuts, just
Healing hand.
reset it. Let's go. Shake it off.
I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up.
You've been through worse.
Okay,
you
I'll
almost
give you
died
a
last
ride.
time.
I've been literally brought to death's door, but nothing hurt that bad.
It's okay, little one.
Just repeated breathing.
Is this where we're sleeping inside the tower, outside the gates?
No, you guys will sleep at the Golden Onyx Inn, which is building off the street here, this twisty street, and the main road out.
Okay, I put down Soul to go through the door.
Wait, hold up. How do I? Hold up, give me a moment. Trying to. There we go. Gotta fall down. I'm trying to
I
make it fall down.
carried you like through half the town.
I know, but my neck still hurt. There we go.
You having a seizure?
I'm having.
Where'd Orin go? Did Orin come with us?
I think he wanted to. He wanted to see the city and try different food, so I'm assuming he would come
He
into
came
inn
with
for
us.
some food and
He's
stuff.
probably just went AFK. Okay. Inn. First
what
of all,
food do they got here?
First of all, I already ate, but I'm still hungry. And is there any entertainment happening? Because
I just want to. When he says entertainment, I spring up automatically.
Is there entertainment already happening?
I can make entertainment. I am a bard.
I mean, yeah, you could play, but there's probably someone already playing.
At the Golden Onyx, there is not a current player.
Oh,
there is now.
It's quiet in here.
What song?
There's a bunch of people having drinks and gambling, but there's nobody playing any music or singing any songs right now.
Can I make a performance check?
Yeah, if you want to do the usual thing where you can see if you can get a free stay at the inn by rolling high, sure.
Yep. I'm performing through the fire and the flames. Through the fire.
All right, pretty hard to do without an electric guitar, but I don't know, maybe you can work something out. Have somebody cast Shocking Grasp on you as you're playing.
Dragon Force?
Yeah, that is a Dragon Force song for sure.
Yeah, you'll actually need to get yourself a nice musical item.
26.
All right, so
I'm into it. I'm
I-
fucking jumping up
I
and down.
think that means you made an additional what, like 25 gold on top of having a night stay.
Nice.
I'm jumping up and down.
25 CP.
Yeah, CP. CP this game. Right?
Right.
Why would you stop him?
Yeah, let's go get more magical items, Ninja.
25 ceramic pieces. You always have to do a conversion in Dark Sun.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you want to do anything here, or should we fast forward to the next morning?
Well, first of all, are there any winches?
Wenches.
Hey, girl.
Wenches that can fit your girth and size? No. No, there are not.
Whoa, I didn't say can they fit my girth and size. That's what you said. I said, are there any winches?
He just wants to know that they exist.
I'm just saying. Like,
There's two halfling ladies. They're looking at you like, ooh, hey, big boy.
I say, I tell them very bluntly, y'all want to join me tonight? You can share me.
They're going to look at each other and say, well, we couldn't find a horse, so they shrug.
I'll roll a persuasion.
Oh my god.
This is happening.
Oh.
D&D is happening and the bard's not doing it.
6.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
6.
My dick is currently in critical condition right now. I can't.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm recovering.
All right.
Understand, Lon.
All right. Both of the halflings are sending you clear signals that they want to go to bed with you, and you don't understand any of their signals and botch the whole thing. So it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Can I explain it to him?
After the fact.
Yeah, if you can roll a higher charisma check than he just rolled. He only rolled a 6.
Charisma check, so it's just my flat charisma score. Or
Well,
like it's a-
I mean, you can roll it. You can do an intuition, or you can just roll a charisma check.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Would it be persuasion? Can I use persuasion, Ninja? I got a +6 of it.
So you can use a persuasion if you yourself are going to try to persuade them.
You only live once. I'll try it.
All right. So you're playing wingman. You get in there. You see him not picking up the signals, and
I'm a bard. Don't fail the dice.
you speak on his behalf to get him a threesome with 2 halflings.
12. Come on.
All right. A 12 was actually good enough to get one of them.
I did my best.
All right. So
I'll
the
go back and reload it.
the half giant and a halfling, they go off to a private room to do unspeakable things.
I try to figure out the.
You hear a tremendous screeching, and Taurus returns, just covered in blood.
What?
All the guards.
I was like, I'm trying to figure it out, but she's too little.
It was consensual until she died.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
She said she wanted to try.
She made 3 successful death saves. She'll be fine. She might need a surgeon, though.
That's haunting, I guess.
All right.
I had no part in this.
Your 26 had no part in this?
Did I have to give her
You're
health
an
potion?
accomplice to murder.
You gotta pay her hush money now.
You gotta pay her medical bills.
Did I have to give her a health potion now?
It would be the gentlemanly thing to do.
I don't have.
Give her a watermelon.
2d4 points of magical vaginal healing.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Yeah. I use a magical banana.
jeez.
I'm sorry. Please tell me that was
It's magic bananas of healing.
Is it actually what it is, or is that reference?
It's real. It's real.
that's
Oh my
convenient.
gosh.
It's Dark Sun. They have magic fruit of healing. It is what it is.
So I use the magic banana on her.
She peels it.
Sorry.
She peels it. She inserts it. Everything's good.
There it is.
You have to administer it somehow.
It was worth it. And I say,
Oh my god.
I have to go outside the
do
tavern.
you
to
use
please
your
Grandma.
do you use your hands?
Oh
I
my
just want to
god.
walk out and just start.
Oh my god.
I want to bleach my eyes.
Stuff that cannot be unseen.
At this point, I'm 14 feet tall, with like probably a fucking 2-foot wood.
She's a very kinky girl. The kind you don't take home to mama.
I'm pretty sure it's half her body size. She's just going to have to like wrap her body around it.
All right.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And you're still gonna go through with it?
Nature finds a way.
No, she's not.
So what-
What they came back to?
We're calling this an arm job.
Da, 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 da. All right. Yeah. Taurus comes out of the bedroom like, just the tiny arms. Okay. The next day, you
Thank you.
you leave the front gates.
Relieved.
You find Alentha, the Peacebringer.
Is also relieved.
Alentha, the Peacebringer, with about 25 men of the Free, her band of protectors. And she says, "We must venture forth to the north. Let us go. We'll have to venture to the northeast for a ways before we can head out to the direct north. Bit of a mountain, about a day out. Have you brought enough water and supplies?"
Yes, we have 2 weeks worth.
All right. Well, the valley we're headed towards is 4 to 5 days away.
There was something I was supposed to do this morning. I just can't remember.
Your hammer, your weapon.
Do you pick up your weapon on the way out?
Yeah, I forgot. I gotta get my hammer. My new shiny hammer.
Let's get it. Go get it.
I'll be right back.
All right. You run and grab it. You'll grab a big, mighty hammer.
I say, what do I do with this one to the guy? And I want to sell him my large bronze swatter.
I thought you already did that last time.
We did. We where is it? Traded, sold it.
Yeah. Like a barter swap.
What do we swap? We didn't swap the one I have on yet.
Credit?
Haven't had anything.
I don't know. We'll say credit for now, I guess. If you just want to get rid of it, lose the weight.
Yeah. I tell him, can he give it to the homeless guy? The value? To Orosto.
All right. What was the value of it?
It's 300 CP.
300
bronze swatter.
CP.
So I got people waiting on me. I gotta go. Your old man Orosto? He give it to him. I'll tell him later. That's 32 pounds. Shit.
All right. So Arosto is going to use the 300 CP of value to go towards crafting his other item.
Cool.
That'll help out. That's materials towards the completion of your dream item.
Cool. And then I run back.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, let me make sure everything is on the table correctly. And then I'll save it. I've moved all the figurines off the table to the right. Over here by my DM screen.
Wait, what side of the map are we on?
Near the DM screen.
Oh, did we lose our characters again?
I was just talking about that.
Wait, where are we now?
Did you move them off the table?
Oh, I got another one. No. It's there. Forever! But I need one infused, though. Oh, my.
Yeah, I have to infuse, let's see, two characters.
Can you give me a moment? I'm gonna get a little snack.
Sure. Well, he's away, so I need to know how many hit points does Grimorn have?
I think I might have them.
So I need hit points and resource if you're going to use resource, or extra if you're going to use extra. You know, the 3 bars.
Give me a sec. Come here. I got it.
Once she's dead, everything is consensual.
Oh my god. No.
I've never seen so many dead whores in all my life. Lord knows I have. Have you guys ever seen the movie Dirty Work? It's got Norm Macdonald in it. It's a classic. One of the best comedies ever. Rip Norm Macdonald.
We got 2 cards now.
I need to know how many hit points does Grimorn have?
Oh, I found my character. I have
like
59,
Grimorn.
but I found my character.
All right, you don't need this one injected?
No.
Okay. I'm going to look up what Soul's character sheet says.
I has his character. I have his character with his bar and everything.
Yeah, cool. Just spawn it. Add it to the pile here.
And then I got these. I have a copy of Soul of.
All right, so what I want is I want you to set yourself up, arrange yourself in your marching order. Who's in front of the wagons, who's on the sides of the wagons, who's behind the wagons, who is in the wagons. Obviously, one of the wagons doesn't have Korganard, one of them does. Designate which one is which.
It doesn't matter. You can make this one without Korganar.
All right. No Korganard. Okay. And I need an ambience that is more out in the deserts and less in town and town noise. Ambient desert to the desert. Windy desert ambience.
Decide where you're gonna be.
I'm back.
All right. So we found a figurine that was injected. So we've got your figurine token here on the board. Choose where you're going to be in the marching order. Do you want to be in a wagon? Do you want to be near one of the things? Gussel and crew chooses to be in a wagon. Jogo chooses to be in a wagon with Gussel and crew.
I choose to be in a wagon.
I'm in a wagon.
I want to be in this wagon.
How many barrels of water do you have?
We got what, 2 per?
All right, so you've got 3 40-gallon... No, you've got 4 40-gallon things of water. So
Whatever
That means there's 4 seats on each wagon.
Plus whatever Taurus has. He carries his own water.
Yeah, I got my 40 gallons in my barrel.
And those are the 2 of them are covered carts. For some shade and protection from the sun.
All
In
right.
the future, we need something that makes us fly and go faster.
No, wouldn't that be nice?
Like a cloud ray.
You just want to ride a cloud ray around.
Yeah, or flying carpet.
A cloud
you
ray
see
sounds
that?
cool, bro.
I think they're selling a flying carpet in tier right now.
So what about the cloud ray idea, though?
Yeah, that would be nice. You gotta find one of those though.
Where would they normally be found?
In the sky.
These carts are really
There's no reason for me to try and sneak out in front of the people, so I might as well get on a cart.
Do we have another lady now in our group that came up and showed up? What's her name?
Alentha.
Is she with us?
Yeah, her group is with you.
Well, I'll stay open eye, perceiving while we're traveling.
Gonna spawn some things. It's gonna hurt. Oh, the ping, the ping. Dun dun dun. What would these guys look like? The free. Yeah. Let's see. I could use that one and Alentha. I could use this one for now. I'm gonna call this guy the Free. Dun dun dun. Citizen of nowhere. And then this lady is Alentha. Peacebringer. And there's a lot of these guys. Alrighty. No, hang on. Not the bones. Just the people. Alright, so these guys are following you. I'm going to put them like that. Alright, where's my notes? I need to go to my other notes, not this one. Bartris, that's this guy's name. Alright, Bartris. Tras. Bartras. Commander of the Free. Okay, so in this group, traveling with you, it's quite a large group. Most of them are sort of fighter-looking people, freedom fighters, local heroes. They've got a commander, Bartras. He's a veteran. He knows his business. He's better equipped. And he's a lot more wise and weathered. And with him is Alentha. Alentha is calling the shots, but he is the commander of the little military unit. He's just following her orders, because his orders are to follow her orders in the meantime. And so they're chit-chatting as they walk along, surrounded by their various men. So these guys count as a horde. They bunch up into a small cluster around these protected individuals, Bartras and Alentha, in times of combat. And they act as one solid unit with a single clump of hit points. Just to speed things up in combat. I'm going to reset the initiative roller. I'm going to make sure I've got one initiative roller for each one. We got the Veiled Alliance members. We've got Alentha. We've got Bartras. We've got the Free. Let me look up stats for Alentha real quick. All right, got that ready. Cool. All right, so if you do have an encounter, everything's prepped. And this is your marching order. This is where everybody is.
You have a little small army here, huh?
Okay, so you guys are going to leave Tyr. You get to pick what time of day you want to leave from Tyr. Do you want to travel at night, or do you want to travel during the day?
I'm feeling nighttime. And when I'm feeling lucky, I don't like nighttime.
Are we traveling? Are we doing what we've been doing before, or just like kind of like sleeping in the middle of the afternoon?
So he
I
said
feel
it's
like
gonna be like
traveling at night is the main thing to do.
Okay.
Like, if, but only because it just seems like what would make most sense if I lived in the time.
Wait, where are we going now?
All right, so Korganard turned himself into a chrysalis. He's transforming, but he needs to complete his transformation in a certain location, which is a secluded valley in the mountain to the north.
That's a lot of XP.
It's several days away in the north.
How many hits will it take to kill him if he can't fight back?
A few. If you wish to murder Korganard, you'll make a lot of enemies.
How much XP though?
I don't really do XP.
Oh, okay.
I just do milestone. You level up when certain critical events have happened, like winning a war or defeating a big boss monster.
Okay.
This guy's not really a monster, though.
So there's really little reward and many downsides to killing Korganard. It's one of the things I like about my game is the murder hobo tendency to kill things just for the XP doesn't exist. If you can avoid a fight, you spend less resources. That's to your advantage.
Do you guys agree on what we're gonna do?
Traveling at nighttime and sleeping mid-afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that worked last time.
We did it before.
I like it.
All right, then. You set out at 8 p.m. in that case.
That's like 5 o'clock. This is nighttime.
That way we consume a lot less water and much easier on the fatigue and all that.
All right, so I've marked 8 p.m. You leave Tyr. So I'm calling this day 7. I was tracking days from when you left Urik.
How many days has it been in game since
It's probably been 8 days.
the beginning? It's only been 8 days.
No. It's been months since the very beginning, but since you left Urik, since that leg of the journey, the travel days is what I'm marking here in my DM notes. So here you are, day 7.
Test your might. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. 29 degrees. If you can make a DC 21 Constitution save, you can ignore all of the cold checks.
Well,
The con save, you said?
Yeah.
Like, can I even make a 21? I was probably on a nat 20.
I did.
I don't think they can roll that high. 20.
Is a nat 20? Would that still, even if it's not 21, nat 20?
Well, don't forget that you have like clothing that you can put on, fire, food,
What was my modifier?
all that. Constitution.
I think it's 11.
There are several things, and I'm gonna be keep on making this block, keeping me warm.
I didn't make it. What?
Someone remind me to buy a cooking pot when we get back to the city.
Is cooking like a proficiency?
Wait, we got 2 Korganons?
We got
No, you
4
just
of them.
copied the cart.
Okay, so here I have on this note card the temperature, the ignore DC for the checks, and then the checks themselves. If you fail that first con save, you have to make all 10 of these.
Actually pretty mild. It's not too cold.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to make that ignore check comparatively. 21 is real easy.
I got 25.
Yeah.
10? We have to make 10 checks?
So each hour you have to make one check, and you're gonna get colder and colder as time goes on. So at 8, it's only an 11. You just started. You're still warm from town. 9, it gets a little colder. 10, it gets a little colder. By midnight, it's starting to get pretty cold, DC 15. But then by 5 a.m., that's when you're at your coldest with DC 20.
Oh, hey Ninja.
Yeah.
Sorry. Last time when we finished, there was a magical item I think that was good for Sia,
126.
and he was gonna borrow a bunch of money to be able to get it.
So, crushed it, crushed it, crushed it, crushed it. How'd I get a nat 1? It was on hour 5?
So you take 5 cold damage.
5 cold damage. And I can make that one. All the other 5. The last 2 I didn't make. It's another 5. I make 10. I take 10 damage.
Wait, can you give me guidance, Grimor?
What was that?
Can you give me a guidance?
Yeah.
Alright. That's an extra D4, right?
Yeah. D4.
He'd have to be doing that all night to you.
Well, at least once an hour.
Advantage to cold damage? Where is it?
I got a 19. I mean, that's the highest I'm gonna roll.
But I thought he was doing that to himself.
I have prayer beads that let me resist cold. Damage.
Take 10.
That's like 5 o'clock is basically nighttime.
Alright.
Okay, yeah. I roll this again.
We were sitting getting a carrot.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I found it easier to just put fucking 10 dice on there. All the day.
Was anybody seriously injured by the crippling cold during the night?
I
Is
took
it
10
19
damage.
the serious injury or no?
Has everybody compared their rolls?
I can't believe I took 10 fucking damage tonight.
I took 5. Which one's 2 and 2? Okay, I took 9 points of cold damage.
Do I have to make a roll for damage?
So this is like continuous cold damage throughout the night as you travel while you're walking. Everybody has to make these rolls. If you make the initial con save, the DC 21, you can ignore all the other ones.
I was off by 1.
So close.
So if
Would
you're
my-
really tough, you just ignore the cold all night.
Does clothing got a
would-
plus?
Would my bronze amulet of cold resistant let me roll advantage on the ignore all of it?
There are two different items. One gives you resistance to cold damage. The other one gives you resistance to continuous cold damage over time. So,
I have both of them.
all right.
I have the bronze armlet of cold resistance and then the oak prayer beads of cold bane.
So you would have advantage on the check and take half damage.
The damage says I can only activate it once per day.
Okay, so you'd have to choose to use it on one of the damages.
And that
Will
only
we
works
get
on
advantage
one
on the
damage.
check? On the initial check?
Oh, he's got
I
items.
was asking for an item for that. Okay, then I'll roll for the first one to see if that's a 19 or a 20.
You can get items that improve all these checks.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's a 20, so I actually take no damage for the thing.
All right.
So wait, so when we took the clothes and all that other stuff that we had, does that give us advantage?
You want to stack as many advantages as you possibly can.
Oh, I just put them as pluses. I didn't think about adding.
So initially, like the first advantage is advantage, and then you add another advantage, and it gives you
I
a
was like,
plus
how did I
one.
make all these really good ones? Hold on, I just gotta roll one. 'Cause I didn't let it.
So you're traveling, and let's say I've got warm clothing that I bought. You wear the warm clothing, and that gives you advantage. And then I've got a ring that says it gives you advantage on cold saves, and that would mean you would roll it with advantage and plus one because you've got two advantages.
Yeah, I knew my plus was 11 last time. Because I rolled a 19 and had a 30.
What about Skywheel? Did you do all your checks? Is he back?
But get it anyways. Doesn't matter.
Not yet. When he comes back, we'll remind him. All right, so you travel all throughout the night, the bitterly cold night, for 10 solid hours. And it's now 5 a.m. Do you guys wish to take a level of exhaustion to do a force march?
A forced march. Thought we were gonna roll for the exhaustion.
I'm in a cart. I'm staying on a cart. I can keep on going, but
Who can't get in the? I can't get in the cart.
I don't need to.
Anybody else gonna get in the cart?
My one useful ability.
Oren probably could get in the cart. That we can avoid the
We also
exhaustion.
have these guys with us, don't we? Do they need to rest?
Yeah, they're ready to rest. It's been 10 hours of marching. They're not moles.
So we're resting?
Yeah, we got a whole army with us this time.
Yeah,
Okay.
please,
Oh, if we rest, is it possible to search a little bit for like water source and food source?
It's only like 5 a.m. Right?
Where you're at currently, there's nothing. That's a check you would make while traveling for those like 10 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh, but I couldn't do that because I was doing perception. So, yeah, I was looking around for threats.
Keeping an eye open for threats. You did not see any.
Someone put it in the chat like who's dead, everything is consensual.
I know, right? That's a friend of mine. He's tuning in and watching.
What
Very wise. Very
what
wise.
are our options for during the travel?
The grit and glory options. They are grit and glory, page 70 something, 60 something.
Like we could search for stuff, nature checks and shit.
Realistic travel, page 80. All right, so your options are you can draw a map, hunt and forage, keep watch, navigate, scout, sneak, track, or trailblaze. You're not in dense jungle, so trailblaze doesn't make any sense. You're not tracking a specific enemy, so tracking doesn't make much sense. You could sneak, although usually you'd want the whole party to do that if you're trying to move stealthy.
Yeah, we got a whole unit with us, don't we?
Yeah, we're never gonna be stealthy with like troops of people.
Someone is always gonna roll at least one.
It usually makes sense to have one person scouting, and Will likes to do that.
Yeah, I can't find that page.
Page 80, Grit and Glory.
Oh. Realistic travel. I see it.
Travel activities, page 81. And then what Chris wanted to do, the hunt and forage for water. During the...
I'm doing perception.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea for somebody to do a hunt and forage. Morg's not doing anything, I don't know.
More.
Yeah, I can do that.
You're out in the barren wasteland, so it's a tough one. Could find a few gallons of water if you roll high.
I want to scout.
Oh, don't forget we have these bugs that keeps us calm. They make that little sound.
The harums.
Keep us
Yeah.
calm.
I want to scout with Orin. Is that okay, Orin?
You find 1 gallon of water.
Is Orin here?
I tried to talk to him a minute ago. He was AFK.
Orin is Skyway, right?
Yeah. What do I roll for a scout?
You would roll a wisdom survival.
I got proficiency in that.
No, wait, that's track I'm looking at. It's intelligence investigate for scout.
I don't got a thing in that. Scout ahead. Let's see. Come on, baby. Nat 20. Boom.
All right.
18.
Even with a -2, you do a fair job scouting ahead. You scan the environment. It looks sandy and barren, large rocks everywhere. Creatures could hide lurking around any corner, but you never spot any during the day as you travel. Eventually, night falls and you'll return to the group. Or I should say morning arrives and you'll return to the group. All of the many tired members of the Free are grumbling that it's time to make camp and set up the cook fires.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to gather these guys around
Pepper
fires.
Just be like, got any juice? The kank juice? Try to get some kank juice from one of them.
All right, sucking the teats. If you drink all the kank juice, there's enough of them to feed you for a whole day.
Yay.
Okay. 3 little campfires are hastily built by the free. They pull out cookware and begin making food. They have a couple of their members on watch. One of them's going to go up on top of this hill and keep an eye out to the south. Another one's going to go up on top of this hill over here and look out to the north. They're having a good time. They're going to do a little bit of gambling, telling of tales.
Oh, hold on.
Wait,
They
can
got playing cards? Do they got playing cards?
Can I do another performance? Just another performance. I want to start singing and dancing again.
Sure.
I got proficiency in playing cards.
You guys are making camp. You can do whatever you want.
I want to do my hee hee.
If someone out here brings out playing cards, I'm in.
All right. He's a card shark, though. He got a nat 20 on his roll, so you're going to have a real hard time winning against him.
So my playing card set tools, I just do my proficiency bonus for
I
that?
just want to watch them play cards.
Yeah.
and laugh at
If you can match or beat a 25, you've won.
Got an 18 on my
Okay, can
performance.
I have my sleight of hand?
You gonna cheat? Do you have marked cards or some hidden card up your sleeve?
Playing cards. I playing card proficiency.
Can I help him cheat by like saying what the other opponent has, and like flipping it in my song?
So that would be a sleight of hand roll to conceal one of your cards in order to use in the card game.
Okay.
You know you're a good character, right?
I don't know.
Good
Wait,
character.
is that bad? And I'm just playing cards?
Cheating at cards is evil, yes.
Oh. Well, I don't cheat at cards.
Cards for the power of good, though.
I do my proficiency in playing cards.
All right. He beats you.
Oh no! You're oddly good, man.
Trying to cheat.
Oddly
Are they
good.
cheating?
Yeah, he did quite well. That was a high roller.
Overnight, I'm gonna stay up for a shift to make sure we're not getting ambushed.
Okay. Who's on watch, and what hours are you on watch?
I'll do some watch tonight.
I'll do
There's first watch, second watch, third watch, and fourth watch.
I'll do second.
I'll do first.
I'll do fourth watch.
Who's going to third?
We'll say Oren's on third.
Yeah, this
He rolls an 18. He observes carefully.
I get a
Perception.
26.
You're at 26.
Yeah, I have high perception.
One thing that's really hard for me is that performance, because got to make sure I sing and dance right. Performance is gonna be a game changer later. QA. Gonna have like a
14.
dance man.
I got fourth watch. Would you roll? Was it you roll an 18 for your watch?
No, that was for my performance.
What's your watch? Uh-oh.
It was first watch though. It was first watch.
You said you were second watch. More?
No, I was
I
first.
said I was third, but then
Marshall
then
was
it just said Arosa was third watch, and I was like, okay.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Yeah, you can have third. What did you roll?
Oh, is there a third watch? Oh, somebody else is rolling.
Oh, I didn't hear you say you were going to roll for it. Orin's not actually here. Skywill hasn't chimed in a while, so you can roll for it.
Oh, sorry, I just sorry, woke up.
Falling asleep on us, huh?
Sorry.
Like
So hey, Will, we had a night of cold. There's this note card right here. So you need to make like
A bunch of saves.
a con save. If you can get a 21 or better, you can ignore the other 10.
So, add up any bonuses you would have, like warm clothes,
Constitution? Does it
have
add?
some of his broth, for instance. You should probably have at least an advantage.
Advantage. I should have rolled that. That's 20.
All right.
Does that do it?
No.
No, you have advantage though.
I'll do it again.
And that's your natural con modifier?
The 20 was better.
+1. Yeah.
It came close. All right. So because that didn't work,
Ninja, hold up. But he would have modifiers on top of that 4.
I
So
did
the force
that.
is natural.
I did that. I did that.
Oh,
So, all right.
I'll just
I'll
put
roll
10
my-
20s. Yeah.
Is it advantage? Yes.
is there a way for you to get a second advantage? Because all you needed is 1 point.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
Well,
he said he already did that.
if you were in my cart, there's fire, so that could have kept you warm too.
Yeah, being in the cart gives you an advantage because the cart is a covered wagon
Yeah.
that blocks the wind.
Just on the count of avoiding the rules, we can just go ahead and say that. I'll take 5. Just if we can avoid the rules.
You were really, really close though, so we could just say you were on the cart for most of that time, and that's enough that you can just ignore the checks.
There we go. And then you said I'm rolling for perception.
Well, I was gonna roll for you, but Morg chimed in and said he would be on watch instead. So, you rolled a 10. So, do you want to also be on watch? You could say you were just on watch, awake with Morg.
My perception is a +2, so
He
here I
rolled
go.
an 18.
I rolled a 10,
10. All right.
not a 1.
So you guys were unaware, but the sneaky antloids burrowed up out of the ground during the night and began attacking, all surprising like. So everybody roll initiative.
It's not that smart. It's like
Antloid.
Wait, it's supposed to be a +1.
I'm starting to think that's like my common question. Are they edible? My next character's
Yeah, you can eat ants.
all right. I know what my backup character is now.
An anteater?
No, a guy whose face first thing when he sees something is edible, and when he kills it, he eats it.
Like a barbarian.
A barbarian, but cannibalistic.
All right.
Barbarians are cannibalistic.
Hold on.
Taurus and Soul.
Wow, that's bad.
I got a 20.
Okay. Bam. Skywill.
20.
Here you are at the front of the line, keeping an eye out, looking out west. When you hear a noise, a scream of pain from behind the wagons.
Oh no.
You gonna run and investigate?
Yes. Investigate.
No. I was just turn a phrase.
Oh, sorry.
This is combat round, so your figurine is right here on the board. You can.
I'm gonna hustle to the back and look for the ant people. Look for what caused the scream.
All right, go ahead. You're right there.
Turn it. So there's 30. This double move.
Double move to here. All right. One of the free was guarding. He was up on this hill here, and he's pointing to the back, where a mass of teeming giant antloids has erupted out of the sand, out of the soil.
So then I guess I could do a triple, because it'd be like move, bonus action, and then one more.
All right, you're doing the triple move.
Well, because I can't attack him from here.
Nah, it's too far. Your range is like 60 feet. Gonna get you some elevation. You have the high ground.
Are these individual ants?
The individual ones are individual. This is a horde.
That's a pile.
They didn't get a surprise round, right?
Alright, I'm up there.
They rolled surprisingly bad on the initiative. Their surprise round was burrowing up out of the ground with a double move. All right, Sia, what do you do?
Might have to pass on this turn. I'm a caster, and there's an entire army here.
Yeah, these guys don't know you. You can't trust them.
And I don't have any more melee weapons, so...
Support us, Bard.
Yes, I'm just gonna toss around bardic inspirations like it's nobody's business. You get inspired. You get inspired. I can only do it once. It's a bonus action.
You got utilities?
You get inspired. You get inspired.
I'm gonna
If
say,
someone has
do
a bow,
you
I
have
can-
any utilities?
What do you mean by that?
Like any utility spells?
Well, he doesn't want to cast because then he'll be
I don't wanna cast.
murdered by everyone.
The second I cast anything, I will get viciously stabbed by 42 people.
Yeah, 25-ish.
They don't like magic?
In Dark Sun, magic destroys the world. That's why everything's a desert.
Only kind of socially acceptable is if like a warlock or a paladin. You have a sorcerer king, where everything else is kind of like it's either you're religious or you're a hippie. Everything else you're gonna die. How do I make this bardic inspiration counter go down?
With the little minus.
Yeah, it's not working.
You might be clicking the back side of it. You got to spin around to the front where the numbers are the right way. There you go. Do you want to move? There's a lot of ants like close by, emerging out of the ground. Tons of them.
If I were to do 15, 30, right here, then I'm gonna dash.
You just run past Taurus. You're strong. You can handle this. And Taurus is like, huh, I am strong.
Is this an ant right here? Big bug?
No, that's what I'm gonna transform into.
Into a big spider and a big ant.
I'm gonna
Ant
stand
versus
right here.
ant.
And I'm gonna dash with the move an extra 5. Token moves pretty well. And just stand right directly on this square. That is my turn.
Okay.
I would cast a big old shatter on them. Die.
You see, what happened was I
would
would cast a shatter, but
Fire Cleric Gramorn.
I like fireballs.
Not a
I see-
pyromaniac. Just a pyro.
Yeah, I see a lot of ants. Huh?
A lot of ants.
Do I know by nature that they're strong, or what are they normally?
Antloids are a common menace of the desert. Do you want to roll a nature check?
Yeah, well, is that gonna take my action though?
Yeah, usually checks do.
Nah, I'm just gonna fireball them. Try to get rid of a bunch of them.
All right, you lob a fireball over the hill.
horde?
Kaboom.
What's that?
You don't want to hit the horde at least?
Area effect spells only treat the horde as one creature. He's better off hitting the miscellaneous ones.
just take 1 hit.
If he threw a fireball, he would have to encompass the entire horde in the fireball for it to.
I mean, he can.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Through the would it? Can you do at an arch, or would you have to
yeah,
pull it through?
no, you're right. I thought if you just tapped, damage the horde. Yeah.
Do you have a DC 17 Dex check?
All right,
And I give my
7.
fire ability as well.
Is that with the +1 DC thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, dexterity save. They get +3, so they need a 14 or better.
Only one passed.
6 failed, 1 passed.
Oof.
Roll the fireballs.
You're gonna take 34 damage.
Okay.
One of them took
God damn.
17.
Yeah, 17 for one of them.
That's a good chunk of damage.
Circle the hat nest.
All right. They rolled their con save. They don't take a bleeding wound, but the explosion is very painful and hugely damages all of these antloids, except for this one in the back, who is safe for some reason. He rolled over and avoided most of the blast.
Did a double backflip.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
All right. A tremendous explosion erupts on the other side of the hill there. Taurus, what do you do?
I pull out my weapon and I'll knock to rage.
Mm.
Like, finally, I get to use this thing. That's part of my rage. That's part of my rage. I get my automatic 25.
The whole marker, like, can I smash something yet? Can I smash something?
Wait a second. I want that right there. Actually, I'm gonna try to use that to go through these people and get right up here. And I'll use the rest of my I'll use my movement as well. It's what 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah, I'll use my movement too to get here anyways. And I'm gonna swing on the horde.
Swing, bada, 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 swing.
What's AC 16? What? No
Those are some
way.
Tanky ants.
Wow. Alright. This is not gonna be bad at all. I'll swing on them with my new weapon. So let's see. Oh wait. +1 on attack rolls. Hell yeah. The +1 on attack rolls for masterwork, is that +1 to hit or +1 to damage?
To hit.
Oh my.
They don't all automatically do that.
Oh baby!
Damn.
Big hit.
Big hit!
Crit.
Yeah, triple.
Was that at the...
That's on the horde.
That's on the horde? All right. Big damage.
Critical table say. Is it triple damage?
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That's 30 damage.
It's you kick your target's weapon out of their hands.
Take one of the ants out of the horde.
That's what I like. How would that work?
It does say that you can knock them up to 20 feet away, so that's pretty cool.
You kick the entire horde 20 feet back.
Yes, you do.
Can move them 5 feet.
You
because of my
tsunami
pressure.
sand the whole sand
hold on,
and it carries
hold on.
them.
So when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn. So
you
I
just pushed
crushed.
the ord.
Yeah. So all future attacks until my next turn are at advantage against them.
Mm. From what?
So for Crusher, my feat,
Ah. For landing a critical hit.
yeah, with a bludgeoning weapon.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, so I do double dice weapon damage?
You roll all the weapon damage twice. You add your modifier once.
Holy shit. Modifier once, damage twice. Holy shit.
And then Grit says if you're two-handing, you get +3, I think.
Two-handing, I get +3.
Yeah, there's a sliding scale for strength. If you've got really high strength, you get +3 for two-handing any weapon.
Okay, so I'm doing 3d6 +6 +3.
Well, wait, it normally does 3d6, right?
Yep.
So then it does 6d6 plus, what's your modifier?
+6.
All right, +3. So
Shit.
6d6 plus 9.
Okay, and hold on. Let's put that on. Oh wait, I'm raging.
Plus
So
11.
+2, so
Yep.
11. Holy fuck.
6d6
fuck,
plus
guys.
11. That's a heavy hit.
And, you're gonna be. It's ridiculous.
How much hit? Like how much damage have you done?
30.
That's 30.
Pretty good.
He saunters
But I
over
rolled a 30, so that was exceptional, right?
Rolling.
It was exceptional. You can re-roll that one.
Roll that 1. Okay, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So 35.
35, wait. Plus, I get my necrotic fury, right? Or divine fury. Yeah, necrotic damage.
That's your new lucky hammer there.
Dude, this shit's fucking legit. Plus another 9 damage for divine fury.
Okay.
How much is that all together?
44 damage. Whack.
44 damage.
And he sent it flying back 25 feet.
And that was my first attack.
I cheer. I clap.
And
Did they not give him a bardic inspiration?
so I moved this far through 2 people, right? So that was 30 feet. Plus I moved through like 4 people.
Yeah, it's double movement through each of these squares.
So how many am I? What am I at? 30 plus. Excuse me, pardon me.
Stepping over people.
Yeah.
40?
So. I've done
Man, I can't believe it's midnight already.
55. I'm at 55 out of my
Wait, it's midnight.
115.
I gotta go.
I got enough to. I got enough to close the distance.
Yeah, all right.
I'll close the distance and get another shot at him.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. See ya.
Have a good day tomorrow.
I'm gonna say goodnight too.
Um,
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Good night.
Good night to you.
I'm gonna make a note card saying Alentha goes first when we return. Nah, it's all right. Everyone falls asleep once in a while. You came back. That's all that matters.
See you guys.
I'm still within reach of these guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my sling. Holy shit, balls.
All right, I've got my note card for who goes first when we continue.
Ready for bed.
18 hits, right?
Yeah, barely. Against the thick
Okay.
carapace of a giant ant. Antloid soldier.
And let's go ahead and roll my rage. Holy shit balls. 19 damage.
All right.
Holy shit balls.
Did you use your strength? What is it? Die? Wait, what'd you do with your psionic feat?
I didn't use it.
Big
Can I
strength,
use
right?
that on that?
I think he chose to put it in something other than strength because his strength was already maxed out.
Oh, got it. Okay, never mind.
No,
then.
I didn't
Was
use
it
my
10?
strength.
You put it in
That's fine.
strength?
Yeah.
Oh, then you can roll a d8 for one of your damage dice and
Oh.
re-roll it once per turn.
Okay, I'll reroll one of those.
The way those
It's a D6.
psionic dice work, though, if you roll high or low, it changes the type of dice that
If
you've
you-
got.
Yeah, if you roll the max or minimum.
A 6 max. So now it's a D4.
Yeah.
If I roll
No,
again,
you're supposed to roll a d8. Did you roll a d8?
it's a D6.
You're supposed to roll a d8 at your level.
Oh.
Try again.
Oh.
It was a good roll, but maybe you'll do better. Watch him roll a 1.
7.
There you go. You did better.
So you do 6
So
extra
add
damage.
yeah, an extra 6 damage.
'Kay.
So 25 and 40.
69. Nice.
Nice. I just knocked him back another 5 feet already.
Yeah. So they've got a ton of hit points, but you've already done 69.
Hey.
Dang, 69 and 2 hits.
Everyone has
And
advantage on them, though.
and all of these ants are almost dead.
Oh, we have advantage on them, but they're so far away now.
I know.
Yeah, they got knocked the fuck back. It's funny that the entire pile of ants just got rolled away like Katamari Damacy. He's just scooping them up, shovel style. The shovel knight comes in.
I can see their nest, man.
Just a big ant snowball.
And these ones are almost ready. We will be able to have a nice ant feast after this.
All right. Well, that was fun. That was a good game. Anybody who hasn't already done so, please check out my stream and look at my cool shirt that says "The dice giveth and the dice taketh away" with some d20s on it.
I'll save it.
Oh yeah, D&D themed shirt. And well, hang on. Before you save it, let me shut down one world.